These Athens residents are mourning the death of their neighborhood. Metaxouriou was once a low-income neighborhood studded with garage repair shops. Over the years, artists moved in, livening up the district with colorful street art and cafes. But like the rest of the historical center, the area is becoming a victim of its own success. Anna Theodoraki is an artist who had to leave her studio after a real estate developer bought it in 2019. The company turned this building into a co-working space to accommodate the influx of digital nomads.
I think the answer is to go out in the streets and block everything and just not, do something, because people are losing their homes.
Beyond this protest, anger is taking the shape of graffiti, posters, and vandalism. Tourism, one of Greece's main industries, helped the debt-stricken country recover from its financial woes. In less than a decade, short-term rentals increased roughly by 500% to cater to the boom of visitors. Now, homes are becoming Airbnbs and locals are being forced out. Anna met with us again, keen to show the aggressive gentrification underway.
But along there and along here, it was all art. Look at it now. For me, it's very depressing. It's Airbnb. What else could it be? Look at it. It's very modern, very nice. But it's wiping out all the traditional little places, how Athens was.
On our walk around, Anna meets Yota, the owner of a local taverna. Gentrification is a contentious issue.
How much? 400 euros.
For one room?
Yes. It's better now. There are many shops. It wasn't always like this. It was only car repair shops.
But don't you care about them pushing us out?
I do care, but now it's prettier and busier. More people. Everything is better.
But can Greeks afford these rents?
No, they can't.
Since 2013, authorities have been granting EU residence permits to foreigners who invest 250,000 euros in real estate, the so-called golden visas. But only 6% of owners actually live in those properties. The scheme is only adding to an already dire housing crisis, with 7 out of 10 Greeks under the age of 34 still living with their parents. Families are being driven out of the capital, like Thoma, who is packing up his family's life into boxes.
I called Vicky and she immediately started crying.
This family doesn't live near the city center, and yet they can no longer find affordable housing.
With our income, we couldn't find a viable housing situation. 60 to 70% of my income would go towards paying rent, housing expenses, etc. But we also need to eat, and I need to dress my kid. In Lamia, things are more viable because it's not a touristy area. I'm very sad to be leaving, not because of the house, but the taekwondo, where my daughter used to go, and at her school yesterday we had to say our goodbyes, and at the swimming pool where I used to coach. Sorry.
Some EU countries are taking stricter measures on short-term rentals, like a cap on the number of nights hosts can rent out their properties. Greece has started by increasing taxation on Airbnbs and also doubling the golden visa property investments to 500,000 in certain areas. We asked the Deputy Finance Minister if this was enough.
We have to look into the needs of the whole of the population, and that includes both the renters and the owners alike. I'm pretty confident that further steps might be needed, but as to the exact nature of those steps, I think research is warranted in order to ensure that we don't do something that will destroy the market.
It used to be just a warehouse. We recently renovated it and we made it into six apartments. And down here is going to be a breakfast restaurant, pizzeria.
Dimitri and Yorgos' lodging business is booming.
So this is the apartment. This is for 4 people. This is my business partner, Hello. Dimitri.
And yet they're wary.
If you look around here, I can tell you that 80% of the flats are Airbnbs. Such areas have now lost every bit of their identity. Tourists who come here want to see the Greek element, the culture, etc. So if there are no longer Greeks living here, tourists won't want to come.
Short-term rentals are taking over the historical centre, with some Greeks starting to feel like foreigners in their own country. Even if further steps are taken, for some residents of this ancient city, it's already too little, too late.